Looked like he was doing some intense calculation there on the panel.
I don't even know what he was doing with his hands there.
Yeah, he was like doing numbers on his hands or something. I don't know.
Chat wheels are back. Yes.
Oh, the chat wheels back.
Yes.
All right, so last game we had a little bit of I would say somewhat pretty standard for Planet Odd. This time both teams have given us some spice, right? We've got a tiny pickup on the side of Planet Odd, which I haven't seen yet. Is it Misery? Yep, Misery Tiny. So we're going to have a support Tiny on one side, and we're going to have a core safe lane Visage on the other side. I'm pretty hyped about the core Visage. That shit is crazy, Ben. It's so strong.
I'm more excited for support Tiny.
I feel like that's hit or miss, you know?
Exactly.
you like watching people fail? Is that it, Ben? You like the spectacle of
I
it
like
all.
chances of people succeeding when there's a high chance of failure. That's more exciting. we know safe lane Visage is pretty good.
That's true. We've seen it before. We've seen mid Visage. We've seen safe lane Visage. Support Tiny though. I know Fogg is a big fan of this, by the way. We played pubs with him.
That was
back
when you
in
could
China.
pull though. That's when you could neutral
pull.
pull. Now you can't neutral pull anymore.
They do have an Earthshaker though still, so they can still do pull shenanigans.
Yeah, there might. I want to keep the camera on him and see what goes on.
All right, a little bit of body blocking for him. Are they gonna go and like do a double smoke rotation, early kill, first blood maybe?
It might be good to
Misery
deal with the
going.
troll though. That's actually, I think, maybe a potential reason. I think Fogg mentioned the Craggy versus the troll, but even being able to toss him away in the fights, I think is very problematic for him because trolls never build 4-staff. So like if you're out of the fight,
Nice toss back.
something happens like this.
They didn't have they don't have LSA though, so that's literally just a toss back for fun.
So mid one is playing safe lane.
Yeah, and it's going to be a mid Visage, which I believe does very well against Lina, or at least does well enough that you get your level 6 pretty early, and then you become quite the terror. Because the thing is, Great Keeper's Cloak means that Visage is just insanely strong to like any sort of burst damage, especially combo burst damage.
Maybe not Avalanche though. I think Avalanche takes off the charges.
Yeah, that's true, because it's individual hits. You're probably right there. But Lina by herself isn't going to be too happy. They are kind of doing a bit of a dual lane here. They're going to get the telekinesis pull back here. MP slows him down. Gets a couple of pot shots, but nothing else. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we do have Kezu as the off-lane Night Stalker once again for Team Secret. Just have them run it in success earlier. Just yesterday against Vega Squadron, they were able to avoid a lot of the team fight scenarios thanks to the superior vision that they had. And it does kind of look like Team Planet Odd is going to get to a point in the mid-game where they are going to be very dominant in team fights and will have a lot of initiation. So I feel like that vision is going to be necessary.
I'm curious to see the reasons why they do run the offlane Night Stalker over the support. Because yesterday it just had a few more levels, I would say. Like maybe 20 minutes onwards, it was pretty much played like a support Night Stalker, just always with the team.
I would say he got Hannah Midas, right? And that's something you can do as a core, but not as a support. I think it slows you down too much.
Yeah,
nice body blocking, though. That's pretty sick. It's only going to result in a little bit of extra damage, but...
Just for show, baby. Just for show.
I mean, that's what we talked about right in the beginning of the series, that like individually, these players have a lot to prove. They're
See how much I can body block?
I mean, hey, every little bit helps.
ITI.
Every little bit helps, man. You got to make a name for yourself now, because everyone's going to be talking about how players did at TI. When you become a free agent next year, you know, you want people to remember you.
Or you could just say, I came second place at TI, and people already remember them. they don't need to prove
dude,
that
people
much.
have short memories. It's what have you done for me lately sort of attitude. Saksa having some issues here with Secret. Managed to pull both supports down to the bottom lane for an early first blood against the Crystal main. They surely didn't expect that whatsoever.
And Howl's not up to save him.
Ben, when you were watching the draft, you said, hey, they've got Resolution
Dude,
Lycan.
his
They
Lycan
won already.
is so godly.
And on top of that, it's Lycan versus Night Stalker, which we've already seen the synergy in some cases when you run them both on the same team, or in this case, the counter. Night Stalker is going to be making it nighttime a whole lot more often, which means the Howl is that much more effective.
Yep. Pretty common anti or counter first pick rather.
Yeah, I think it was most notably Planet Dog who ran that in European qualifiers, right?
I think
Team
so.
Freedom as well. Yeah.
There are a lot of teams that did it.
Yeah. Moon Meander pushed back. The off lane Earthshaker trying to get what he can. Doesn't have the help of Misery right now because Misery is idling around in the mid lane looking for his next opportunity to wrap onto MP and get a toss. But apparently it's not going to be with this push. Things kind of going as expected, Ben, when it comes to the laning phase? Because it seems like Secret are winning most of their lanes.
Yeah, I think they're kind of curious as to like what exactly the Tiny is going to do too. Like, is he going to just be trying to toss people in the tower after setup? Is he going to be like tossing Shaker in for some big combos, Ag style?
I felt like you were a little bit judgmental of the Night Stalker when we saw it off lane and
Yep.
his choices for the first nighttime.
It depends. I haven't actually seen too much off lane Night Stalker, but
Ooh.
generally it seems like he was kind of doing what, again, supports would be doing, like scouting out a lot, not really farming too much, but looking to get involved very early. They have that Observer Ward, so they know no supports are sitting behind. But it's a pretty tough kill because he's on the far left. If you were on the far right of the cliff, it would have been so much easier. Radiant Skin just barely hit red, so they know exactly where he is. But Tiny is behind up top. He plays an Observer Ward, but it's just difficult. If they're in melee range of the troll, he's just whirling axes, and they don't have enough burst to finish him off. Tiny's suffering in the level department, so he can't get that sweet avalanche toss combo.
Cuddle Blast's got to be so annoying, especially you can throw Chakra Magic onto the Night Stalker. It's already got a very low cooldown on Void. Shorten that cooldown even further. They've actually got a lot of kill opportunity. He's going to pop the Howl here, knowing that he's getting fully gone on. Does manage to dodge the Illuminative Blast as well. The LSA managed to land onto Kezu. That's a big one with follow-up of the Avalanche. They're going to hold Kezu underneath the tower long enough for the toss. And a final swing from Resolution to bring an end to Kezu's life, evening up the score 1-1. But it was a heavy rotation out of Planet Odd.
I'm surprised no one's made like a basketball mini arcade game with Tinies in there. That's as sweet as an alley-oop as it gets, man.
What exactly would that arcade game look like?
I don't know. Use your imagination.
I mean, it's not like you could miss. You can't miss the shot with toss, you know?
You can if you make the game crazy enough.
All right, Ben.
I'm sure someone could do it.
Familiar drops, catches Misery on the side. Full out Illuminate Blast plus the Visage Nuke. Gets an easy kill. This is when things really start getting crazy. The level 6 Visage.
What if
So
you
much kill power.
Chakra him with level 4 Soul Assumption, and he has a Soul Assumption double strike. That's like Soul Assumption quad
Or
strike.
Soul Assumptions, damn.
That's actually a lot of damage, but I mean that wouldn't come out until like super late.
But when you use it, it depletes your damage bar, right?
But it's a team fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
but my
attack.
point is you couldn't just go blah, blah, right? You'd have to wait like a second or two for damage to amp up again.
I'm not a Visage player.
Is that your excuse for everything?
Well,
Ben?
the thing is, I don't know if you like. No one's ever played with it around with 0 second Soul Assumption.
That's true.
Yeah, you can still wait a second. It'd be fine. I don't think it does though.
Misery gets a toss-up combination, but he is a little under-leveled. Not going to be able to finish off the Absorb by himself. In fact, maybe in trouble. Kezu gets a damage onto him. Thankfully, Tiny is naturally tanky. Those familiar birds, though. This is the danger. Visage is able to provide. The familiars can outrun most of these support heroes right now. And they're able to catch Saksa, get him in the trees, but Resolution is going to pop the ultimate and starts going for MP. It is daytime, however, and he does have a lot of damage heading his way. He's going to have to back away. Couldn't actually clear through the Visage's Gravekeeper's Cloak. He's just too tanky. It's such a heavy damage reduction in those like first 3 layers.
Yeah, they need a Tiny to get some levels. Maybe even prioritize a Tome on him, I would say. Like if he had maybe 1.5, 2 more levels, he would have been able to instant kill that Rubik, and then it's a quick and easy kill. But he's
Give
not
him
at
some
that
time, Ben. Give him some time. We still have another minute and a half.
This'll come in handy. Dire's
Till that
middle
tome is
tower
up.
is under attack.
point. You always want your Tiny to reach that critical threshold where you can start instant killing supports, but it's going to get harder as the game goes on because of null field and people generally just getting tankier as the game goes on.
Yeah, it's like the core Tiny, he gets level 8 and he's, supports are like level 4 or something. He just one-shots all of them. But
Yeah.
a support Tiny's gonna have a very small window where he's effective versus other supports and even other cores potentially. This game, you have very tanky cores for the most part.
Being a tanky core, I guess, is one of the big benefits of Night Stalker. You have this permanent presence on bottom lane. He's very hard to zone out, so you can always go to his lane and threaten a kill. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, between the Shrine and the Chakra Magic, he's got like constant presence, full HP, full mana.
Yep. Troll ulti too, if they want it.
Oh yeah. So they're getting a lot of chip damage. It looks like Planet Otter are actually just going to give up the tower right now, as they're trying to push out top instead, try and even the odds here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Secret are going to make the rotation to put a stop to this one. Get the toss up for the extra damage. It means they now lack it for this team fight, though. As Yapster's going to come in, leading the way. They're going to turn, throw out the Avalanche, but they're kind of, well, the Fisher block in is going to allow them to be able to get the kill onto the Rubik, as Odd just had too many heroes there, it seems, for Secret to be able to fight.
Radiant's bottom tower
Maybe
is under
Tiny's their
attack.
tower hitter by tossing units into the tower.
I'm sure there are many other supports that could do that better for you, Ben. Like very popular one, say Shadow Shaman.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man down, 2-2, 10 minutes in. Secret may have lost a man at top lane, but they are currently holding their safe lane tower against the push. And it looks like, oh, they managed to catch Misery. He was in an awkward position. MP, again, he just, his rotations every single time to one of these side lanes has found some sort of support out of position. They can't outrun the familiars, so they just get double stunned and then slowed down by the, what's his Q called? Forgot.
Grape Chill.
Grape Chill, thank you.
The Bane of Darkness. I think Misery was trying to place them as a reward and then just actually could not see them because of that darkness range. Well, that's first on Troll, no surprise. They could do Roche pretty soon. Solar Crest coming up soon, so they'll have the double Roshan items. Meanwhile, what is Alrezo going for? Armlet Mask is the common build, so that's Menace. No big surprise there. I was wondering if he was going to go something a little bit different, perhaps, but I think going like a Necro build, I think is really, really bad versus Mischance. Like the Blinding Light and Troll Axe, like summons are just awful at dealing with Mischance.
Necronomicon as a whole is just not a very
Yeah, it's
good item right
pretty
now,
awful.
right? Pretty underwhelming. The Lina is top of the net worth chart right now. Planet Odd are doing well on Wee High. In fact, he's chipping away at that tier 1 tower mid too. That's the power of the Lina, right? He just spams out this Dragon Slave, always keeps the wave pushed in and just kind of like chips, chips, chips. And as soon as he does take that tower, then he starts pushing the wave into the tier 2 and it gives him the freedom of movement. Then he can start making rotations to the side lanes and it's a little hard to keep track of that movement since the mid wave is always pushed in so aggressively.
What do you think of the talent choice on Visage? He went for GPM at 10. I think No-Tail goes for XP. What do you prefer?
Yeah, I think I kind of like XP because some of his later talents are so good.
The quad strike double assumption.
Yeah, you get the 50 damage. That's a huge upgrade for a hero that right-clicks so much and has so much minus armor with the Solar Crest. Because Great Chill isn't just about slowing down the enemy, it's also about speeding yourself up as well. All right. They push in bottom lane and then smoke as a 3-man crew and wrap across. This is a really cool rotation because you know somebody's going to defend that tier 2 push. So they were hoping to be able to catch someone as they make the wrap down, but Resolution, they were just shy of being able to catch him. Maybe they can catch mid lane where they do jump on a puppy, but there it is, boom. They come in from behind, manage to catch the Lina and get the double with the Crystal Maiden as well. Mid one pulls out both of those last hits and saved the tower in the process.
Man, they just got popped. Lina has armor issues. Most of their team actually has armor issues. Even Tiny with Craggy still, I think, is very low on the armor. So I don't necessarily know how they're going to itemize against this heavy physical and this early Solar Crest. I would like to see a Solar Crest of their own, but I don't know who would build it. Maybe like it even?
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is a very dead Earthshaker, it looks like. The familiar drops, holding him in place. He's actually so damn tanky, though. He's got that extra... No, he doesn't actually have the 10 strength. That's just his natural.
How.
Strength gain. How, that's what it
Radiant's
was.
middle
Good call.
tower is under attack.
But yeah, he finally does go down, and the Visage will look to take that mid tower. Misery, meanwhile, holding on to a lot of gold, so he's not actually going to finish up his Tranquil Boots or anything, and it looks like he may just go straight for the Blink Dagger, or maybe he gets Arcanes. Arcanes would be a little bit better for him to spam out waves and get himself some farm.
Pretty bad precedent, though, for Planet Odd, just getting crushed in the first 2 night times, losing a lot of objectives, lost most of their towers that are important to Roshan, and I think Secret can claim it fairly soon, too. So
Yeah.
if it gets later into the game, too, they're going to have daytime superiority with Keeper Ags and nighttime superiority with Night Stalker. So, like, Planet Odd, there's not really a good time of day for them to fight at all.
It seems like Planet Odd is in a similar position to game number 1, where they lost the laning phase and started losing control, but like probably like twice as worse. You know, because I feel like this team is going to come online for another 10 minutes. Blink Dagger, Tiny, Bloodstone, plus on Lina, and then the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. Like, these are all the items you really need to hit a strong mid-game stride, and they're feeling it right now. The Echo Slam onto 2, though. That's going to be a very good setup for Planet Odd. They almost managed to finish up Yapzor. A steal, not quite enough for him to make the escape. Misery's going to try and chase down Kezu. Can he get the Blind Avalanche? Can he maybe just see Kezu for a toss? Not a chance. He flies his way into the trees. And nice LSA, though. That is actually going to be able to catch both those familiars. That's very big. It's going to force a resummon out of NP. In fact, he doesn't even have it right now. On top of the 200 gold.
That was such
Whoa, those are fresh familiars.
That was a really quick blinding light, too, from Puppey. Puppey blinding light as soon as he echoed. So he wasn't actually able to connect with the 2-man stun after the Echo Slam. Insanely fast.
Mid one, they've shown a lot of heroes at top lane, so it's time for him to push bottom as aggressively as he can. Make the best of a bad scenario for Secret. And oh, again, Planet Odd just so rapid with the rotations. Moonman with the Blink Dagger has just caught mid one, but he does manage to get the miss percentage on both these heroes and dodge some of the stuns. It looks like Weehaw is just not going to be able to keep up. Troll's too fast. Wasn't going to be in range of the next Light Strike array, so.
Maybe expecting a Max Fisher instead of level 3 coming out from Shaker, I suppose, but wasn't able to get that stun lock.
Double damage.
Another drums being built by Saksa.
So ideally against a Night Stalker, you want to just be able to tank the ganks. Like, you don't want super squishy heroes that just die in a void. You want your team fight to be a strong enough ball so that when they jump you tank it and then you can turn around the fight. You want them to get to that point where they see you, but they can't actually do anything about it. So I don't know when that time's going to come for them, but with how they are still a pretty strong ball, I would say that combined with Earthshaker, probably their 2 biggest team fighting tools, especially if they can connect with.
Hey, again, it
Lina
seems like
afterwards.
Planet Odd are looking at a very similar time into game number 1, where they may have a hard time in the laning phase, but they're going to try and focus on hitting hard in the mid game. I just don't feel like these heroes are going to be doing quite as well as, say, the Templar Assassin that we saw from game number 1.
It is much harder for the Earthshaker this game because of familiars trying to stop his blink, and then the Keeper Light blinding lighting immediately after his combo, which we just saw, and then the Night Stalker, of course. Like, he can't see anything. He's blind.
Yeah. I mean, they ran around killing a bunch of heroes that were farming at the time, and this time around, Secret have made it a point to get some fighting mid-game heroes, right? NP on the Visage, like, that is very much a fighting
It's not
mid-game.
about the heroes, it's the items, dude. No Radiance.
Oh, well, that too. But let's say, like, the Night Stalker, that's a lot more active of a hero than the Legion Commander, right? So maybe a bit of hero as well as mindset / item build difference here for Secret.
I can assure you they had a game talk post-game about the Radiance and their general playstyle.
Yeah.
That is just almost guaranteed based off how last game went for them.
Somebody's got to be a fighter. You know, Echo Slams, we got a fighter. Moon Meander takes down Puppey real quick and opens up, well, maybe not. I was going to say maybe Planet Odd can push top, but it's actually Yapzor and Kezu quickly wrap in behind and see if they can catch Moon Meander on the way out.
Well, it's going to take them like 3 more blinks to buy a TV scroll.
I'm sure he's gonna show back up in the lane eventually, right? He's gonna wait for the supports to get bored looking for him. Nobody wants to stick around for a full minute doing nothing.
It's nighttime though. You don't feel safe. Night Stalker's also in that top lane, so.
Just keeps blinking along, keeping pace with the creep wave as it pushes out. He'll pop out eventually.
Oh yeah, he has Ciamara. I forgot he can stay Tranks plus Ciamara. Quite the combo.
Look at that. Boom. Pops out. 3 seconds is all it takes for him to kill the creep wave, and then on his way. Even if the Night Stalker was still around, it would have been difficult. Nice blink forward there from Misery, actually catching mid one. They almost burst him down. The Laguna Blade's not enough, but here comes Resolution like it. One swipe finishes off that hero. MP is going to be caught in the Light Strike array. He's going to be running out of Keeper's cloak, but he is still very tanky. Tanky enough that Lycan doesn't feel comfortable chasing him down, but a hit and a miss. Misery comes in, manages to get the toss in right on top of the Light Strike array. Planet Odd will take that extra core kill right on top of the tier 1 tower. Planet Odd, maybe they've begun to hit their stride already.
Yeah, you mentioned the timing. Bloodstone, Blink Dagger, boom. Immediately get a couple of big pickoffs, and now Troll is like, yeah, I need BKB. It's about that time. Or they need Roshan so that they can survive that gank and then turn things around, but they have neither at their disposal.
7-7. Secret's early game lead that they had is getting to dwindle a little bit. What is that? Aggressive 4-staff forwards? Weehaw in a bad position underneath the tier 1 tower. Yapzor, with the addition of the birds, are going to control Weehaw. Not quite well enough, though. Does manage to get the Bloodstone deny.
What a 4-staff by Puppy. Puppy's a god on Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's like his hero.
Really, Ben? Not Chen and Enchantress? Keeper of the Light?
Dude, his Keeper's really good. They use a first phase at every single time. The thing about Keeper is like he is like less patch to patch than Chen and Enchantress.
That's true.
So
those junglers are either in or they're out.
Yeah, but I think Keeper is something that you can pull out any patch.
Puppy tries to get a ward down. Is currently being chased by Weehaw. Fisher, oh, nice blinding light up the cliff. Weehaw still gonna be able to get there, but a 4-staff. Is that a save? Yapzor saves his captain. Give up his life for him, but maybe it's actually just an additional feed. Puppy goes for the TP out, not gonna make it. Damn, he hit there. Hard. Planet Odd. They caught Misery though at the same time, farther up. Secret did manage to get a small rebuttal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
crit did like 80% of his HP. Maybe not 80, like 60% of his HP.
Look at him, he's just going straight for the MKB.
Blinding
Whirling
light,
axes, blinding light,
solar crest, crippling fear.
Crippling fear as well. He's like, screw all this miss percentage.
That's a value.
That is. Remember we were talking about it, like MKB versus Bloodthorn. MKB is just not good enough right now. Until these situations, Weehaw with the invis is actually going to be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. They jump forward with the Yule Scepter, holding up the Troll. Weehaw didn't quite have the Light Strike array up fast enough, it looks like. And those two cores will skedaddle, but they did get a Night Stalker kill on a gank that was supposed to be favorable for Secret. So Planet Odd, they are on the up right now, big time.
Misery's doing a really good job of popping in and out at the exact right time as Tiny. I don't think support Tiny is very easy to play. Like, I think he is enabled by the Crystal Maiden, so he doesn't need to invest too much in mana items. Like Tranquil Soul is usually a pretty staple support build, but yeah, I think like he was able to farm the Blink because of the Crystal Maiden, and it might not be possible without the aid of her Frosty Warrior. They need Roche, both teams.
Though very soon he may not have to play that in and out game. He's so tanky now. He's got 1600 HP on Tiny, and that's not even with the completed drums.
Oh, he didn't even get the talent at 10.
Which is an additional H strength if he wants it. Wow. Is that Resolution ultimate? Oh, they have vision over the Troll. They're gonna run it down. Laguna Blade, they're throwing everything they can at mid one, but it's not quite enough. Oh, that Dragon Slick barely catches them on the other side of the cliff. A pushback there, blinding light, but that is not gonna be enough to save the Visage either. Once again, the Troll and Visage just die as a duo while they're farming. Yapzor is gonna be caught in as well. Planet Odd running over Team Secret. Man, every single game 1 and game 2, same exact storyline, same exact timings. It looks like Team Secret's doing good in the laning phase. They're building things up. We're talking about how Planet Odd are kind of struggling, and then they just hit this timing window. And they hit it hard. They play fast, they move around the map, getting kill after kill, and Secret just can't seem to keep up. Moonmander just found another one. He's gonna be able to catch the Night Stalker, leading up with the Eul Scepter, follow up Enchant Totem. Misery's here with his combination, and, well, this percentage chance. They have a Fissure. Oh, it's there, but Kezu's in the trees. Doesn't know where he's at, so Kezu will survive. Still, though, at the same time, like that's what I'm talking about. Playing fast, right? They go for a kill at the same time as they're doing Roshan.
Moon might say that they haven't been practicing the screen, but it certainly looks like it, or their chemistry has just endured a period of stagnation for them, because it still looks like they're that's a sign of a really coordinated and high chemistry team, is one that can make multiple plays at the same time around the map or move very swiftly from kill to kill, and they're not missing a beat.
This was not the Planet Odd that we saw in the NA qualifiers, right?
NA's tough now.
And no. NA is tough.
Yeah, I'm not.
But this is also Planet Odd. They
yeah,
better here.
I think they.
I don't know what it is.
I think this qualifier they had like a realistic chance of not making TI, and that probably affects your mentality a lot more. Yeah. Remember the last qualifiers, it was like EG them in complexity, and even then, like the 3rd place still makes the wild card. So right. I think they felt very comfortable in at least securing a chance to go to TI. And then this time I think it's like, okay, well, like it will affect you. What do you know? There's that many good teams.
Misery, his combination is almost enough to kill Puppey by itself. He had a little bit of helping hand from Moonmeander with the Fissure. They do have the Aghanim Scepter on the Visage, and I think I saw BKB for the Troll as well, right? So we just hit a spike for Secret. They couldn't fight back earlier, but now they can.
Supposedly.
We'll see if they can actually put it in action.
It's similar to last game that they have their 2 big cores just farming all the time. I guess this time they have the help of the birds, and he does have the egg, so I see 3 birds up, but it's still so much momentum they lost in this. I guess it's the mid game right now, and they farmed, but they've given up a lot more gold than they've farmed the past few minutes.
You know what I realized? You know, I feel like you talked about Roshan, right? They had such good control of the game. They had such good Rosh-taking heroes. It felt like it should have been very easy for them on one of those night times to just slip in a Roshan before Planet Odd hit their big swing with the Bloodstone and the Blink Dagger and etc., right? But they didn't get that. Now it's Planet Odd who have the Aegis in the hand. Seems like Secret just may have missed one of their kind of earlier game timings, and they're going to pay a serious penalty for it. Let's see if they can hit their mid-game timer a little bit better, though. They've got the Aghanim Scepter. They got superior vision. Their cores are a lot stronger now. The Ag's Visage is a huge peak for him, and Troll is going to have to worry about a lot less with this early BKB. As I say that, though, that's a full-out NKB for Resolution's Lycan.
What a player.
Jesus.
Third item of MKB.
He's ready to run fools down.
I think one of the downsides to Puppey playing Keeper is that they have a lot more issues with the farm distribution of the team, because Puppey usually gets a lot less farm yaps or gets a good amount of farm, but you look at the net worth and it's like very even. So if Puppey wants to get a Scepter, which he probably wants later in the game, they're going to have like less sentries, so they might be more scared of like Wolves scouting them out all the time, and they like Yapzor may not have the items that he needs to make the big plays.
Right.
Whereas for Planet Odd, you don't really need like any big item on Tiny aside from Blink Dagger. Anything else is just a luxury, and Crystal Maiden really just needs Tranquil Boots.
Yeah.
So this, like, they're even farm, but it's actually not an issue for them because you're not looking for like a big ticket 5,000
Resolution already losing half his mana there with a Mana Leak pushback, but Moonmeander does manage to find Kezu in the side here. A friendly Force Staff helps Kezu along, but he's still going to be Eul Sceptered up, and there's the BKB from mid one. He charges forward, and all these cores are actually locked to the side. They're going to be able to take the Lycan Aegis down. He finishes up Weehaw with the Lina as well. Now tries to make the escape, but Resolution has popped his ultimate. The Wolves are not going to be able to catch him out. They have the Glimmer Cape, they have the Toss 4. They are going to be able to get him, but Misery, it looks like it may just cost him his life. He's deep underneath the tier 2 tower. Moonmeander's getting a lot of control over too with that Enchant Totem, allowing Resolution his time to just eat through every single one of the heroes of Secret underneath that tier 2 tower. So Planet Odd are still able to take that team fight. It was an awkward start to it
Tower is under attack.
between the mana leak on Resolution and then Moon Meander catching Kezu.
They need a Lotus, I think, to deal with the
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
mana leak. I think
Yeah,
it's a big
they're-
issue for Lycan.
I saw Moon Meander's working on it after his Yule Scepter.
Yep, that's the item.
Like he has it yet.
Or else, because normally your Lycan goes BKB, right? So you don't need to worry about Void, Telekinesis, like these spells that can limit your damage a lot. But Rezo knew that he was going to be kited during his first Aegis, so he didn't even bother casting Wolf Form until after he died the first time. If he has BKB, he can just Wolf Form the first time, but then he won't have the True Strike 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So he's playing very well to the build that he goes for. This is why I like Resolution so much as a carry player. He knows what to do with the items that he goes for.
BKB about to be finished up for Weehawk. That'll be a big upgrade for him. But vision is going to be lacking. The Night Stalker run around with the Ag's Gem. And then they're also getting the Aghanim Scepter on the Keeper of the Light, or at least he's got it queued up anyway. So there will always be clear vision for Team Secret.
But who do they kill? Like, how do you win the fight early as a Secret? You have to rely on Visage Birds bursting someone down, or Troll getting a bash or two.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're actually going to be trying to team fight if you're Secret. I feel like they're.
You can't play the keep away game. You can try, but like their late game is, I think, going to be subpar compared to Planet Odds.
Yeah, Planet Odd have so much catch with the Blink Dagger, double blinks, and then they also have Shadow Blade, Lina. Like those are 3 different heroes that if you try and play the keep away and split push game, you're gonna get caught.
Yep, they need to catch Moon, but Moon is behind Rezo.
Telekinesis into the bird drop, maybe? No, they're just gonna go straight up for the physical damage, and it's worth it too. They've already brought down Resolution, and Misery's down to half HP. Trying to make the most of this BKB usage. Mid one catches up with Misery. Almost finished him off with a toss back. Not quite enough. Laguna Blade execution. Moon Meander comes in big with the Echo Slam. Manage to hold in 2. They get their friendly Force Staffs though to be able to get the core out alive. Mid one's able to get away. MP is not. Planet Odd trade. Lycan for the Visage. Managed to pick up one of the familiars as well. Looks like that's going to be the end of the engagement. Both teams backing up to their shrines now.
They actually need more teamfight items on Planet Odd. They need a Solar Crest. We see Misery invested in BOTs, so he can try and deal with this Visage split push, but at the same time, now they have less protective items to deal with his BKB Zerg down. Lycan's going to lose that because he doesn't have BKB of his own, and he's going to get stun locked. So, like, even if he gets his BKB, he still can get stun locked. So they need additional tools to help him out. Lotus Orb, Glimmer Cape, Solar Crest, Force Staffs, of course.
Maybe Misery goes for the Solar Crest. I think he's probably the best target to go for.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for Silver Edge, it seems. Or Shadow Blade at least. So maybe CM can pick up the items. So she looks like she's going to second Lotus Orb.
Well, maybe they just think Resolution's going to be able to get a fast AC.
Yeah.
It's the BKB. That'll help out a lot.
Or he gets another Aegis. That would surely be nice. Their positioning so good in teamfights though. Rezo is, the heroes are all surrounding Moon. They know if Moon dies, they will lose the fight way more than they lost the last fight. So.
Oh, nice catch. Misery stops the TP out from mid one, but it doesn't look like they have the burst damage. Yapsor's TP will not complete fast enough. He does have both Blink and Force Staff, but he just takes the opportunity for a steal and calls it a day.
They also need, I think, Shiva's pretty soon on the Lina too. She can't actually like stay in the team fight. So she's going for a Pike instead. The additional Force Staff potentially could help Rezo a lot more and herself. But at the same time, she's sitting at 5 armor right now. 5 is really low.
Yeah, just the familiars just run at him.
Yeah,
right.
That's the problem with
nothing you can do.
Having no armor on any of these heroes. Actually, is just the familiars will just burst you down. So that's a itemization problem for your team. Like, how do you get armor?
The greatest scrape, it turns into a turnaround. They're gonna bring in mid one to go for the bash, but he doesn't get it. Oh no. Oh. That was a nice little play from Puppy. You know, he makes his way through the trees and he's like, oh, I got this. You think this is just a one-on-one? You think this is mano-a-mano? No, I don't play fair. I play dirty.
Mid one should not start a band because he would not be a one-hit wonder.
God damn it, Ben.
He almost got it.
Team Secret, they smoked up. They find their initiation. Weehaw, great target for it too. BKB and it. Oh, but where's Kezu? Where's the gem? Homeboy, we needed you. Now Resolution's gonna pop his ultimate. Even with Weehaw so low, they're still thinking about going for it.
That's why you need armor.
That is definitely why you need armor. That's also why you need detection.
That is why you need
Resolution's running around, but not much is really happening. He's now been mana leaked up. Loses all his mana, gets stunned.
That's why you need Lotus Orb.
Planet Odd's gotta get out of here. This is getting real disgusting. That was the most awkward pre-engagement I've ever seen. So Secret, clear advantage here. Check out the Roshan pit, not there.
They are probably so surprised that Roshan is not up. It's like 10:45 right now. And 15 seconds left, and it's almost a certain respawn.
No first hit, second hit bash from mid one. A late Roshan. Come on, Valve.
Wow. I mean, come on, it's like 10% for Roche.
That's true.
Or for Bash. But, okay, so Lotus Orb 1 complete. Should make Rezo's life a lot easier. See, it also doesn't panic pop his BKB.
Quick, Ben, what was the percentage chance that Roshan was up when they checked?
It's what, 15 seconds, 1/12 chance? Or, sorry, 11/12 chance that it would have been
Yeah,
up?
11 and 12, yeah. Well done, Ben.
Wow.
I don't know if it was right, but I'm going to congratulate you anyway.
Well, it's 15 seconds out of 3 minutes.
Weehaw going to be caught once again. The telekinesis, they had the vision there this time around. And there's the bash as well. All right. We get the RNG to the favor of Secret. This time, Saksa getting run down by the troll, but on the left-hand side, we do have Resolution. The big bad wolf, he's trying to catch on to something here. And with an Echo Slam lockdown, they're going to be able to get mid one for it. Lotus Orb's not going to save you. Neither is the Solar Crest. They're trying to get the counter kill, but Eul Scepter is going to protect Moon Meander while MP gets shredded by the full force of damage from Planet Odd. They may have lost their Lina. They don't give a damn. They're going high ground here against the two, Night Stalker and Keeper of the Light. The rest do not have buyback.
What Lotus Orb? He Atos himself. And Grave Chill also rendered useless by the Lotus Orb. Excellent pick over there. Also gives him the armor so that he can take out the familiars. All around, pretty good itemization from Planet On. Looks like they should be able to clean this one out quite cleanly.
You know what I love about the fact that they always have some sort of pushing hero on the side of Planet Odd is the fact that like they play these team fights, and when you win one team fight pretty convincingly, like boom, like you could just straight up end the game if the enemy team doesn't have buybacks.
That was the sound of Toss hitting the buildings, right?
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. Their tower hitter. No. You're not giving me that one.
12K gold lead. Saksa, goodbye, buddy. You died for the cause. Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
He has plate mail.
Yeah.
Lotus Orb, dude. It's an item.
Baby.
Smash 5 Lotus Orb.
I mean, he had plate mail, but he also had Solar Crest negative on him. Still didn't matter. Oh, nice catch. Really, Secret need every single kill they could possibly get, but 4-staff save.
Oh yeah, they didn't take out Roche when they went for that last push, opting for the Rags instead. I think Rags is definitely the ideal one. Saksa.
Oh, this is going to be hard to fight into with a Stolen Fisher from Yapzor, Eul Scepter, Self-Eul Scepter from Moon Meander. Buys a little time. Misery tries to save his ally. Midwan comes in with the BKB, but again, is just going to be kited around while Resolution goes for the backline. He's also having a hard time dealing with these Glimmer Capes, but he is going to be able to snatch onto Puppey. Toss forward. Misery jumps in big, is going to be able to get the kill onto the Troll. Midwan's down, no buyback. MP, he's down as well, but he does have buyback. No way they're going to use it to contest Roshan, though. Planet Odd still get that big objective. Despite passing it over the first time, Moon Man is just going to go for more right on top of the shrine. Tries to catch some heroes, but just gets turned around on. He's buying time, though. His allies are coming in. Reinforcements are here, and Moon Man will survive. Gets the catch that he was looking for. Night Stalker's going to fall. Rubik does manage to escape, but I don't think it matters. Planet Odd are in full force here. They are wanting to go to the grand finals. They want to prove themselves against Team Secret. We're attending TI by beating them in 2 different best-of-3s.
And you can see a lot of deficiencies of the heroes that they pick. The offlane Night Stalker, they have huge damage issues. They actually could not kill that Shaker. He was right up in their face.
Did not matter.
And
they don't really have any damage coming out from their supports either. Usually when you have some sort of aggressive